So today I was at a show as a vendor, as an artist, as you all probably know. And it was a really good time. Now, normally I don't really care about getting inbox old games and stuff like that. I have a lot of old N64 cartridges, but I've never bought inbox games before. But I found, as you can see by the thumbnail, I found Super Smash Bros. 64 Japanese edition inbox. And the reason why I bought this, first of all, he gave me a good deal. But secondly, the artwork on this is amazing. Like, let me show the back too. I gotta show the whole thing, of course. But like, the artwork is amazing on this game. Like, it really appealed to me as an artist. It's not even just the fact that, oh yeah, it's Smash 64, blah, blah, blah. It was the artwork. The artwork on this is incredible, and this is what appealed to me more than anything, and that's why I bought this. I don't even have any inbox N64 Nintendo games because I never really cared to collect that sort of thing, but the artwork on this appealed to me so much that I had to get it. Now, I'm making this video not just talking about that, but I want to talk about just Smash 64 in general. Like, most of my memories, like more of my memories were Melee. And then going from there, I have memories with the different Smash games, but I want to talk about them a little bit and some of my nice memories that I've never really shared with many people over this franchise. Now, when Smash 64 came out, I was like not even really born, so I didn't grow up with Smash 64. However, I played it later on, as you may see by some footage, and back in 2022, I believe it was the party that me and my friends decided to play my 64 during my live stream of my birthday party, and we decided to play some Smash 64. Boy, is it janky. And I think it was more the controllers. My controllers are not very good, and I do need new controllers, but I don't play my 64 that much, so I never really bothered with getting, like, really good, fancy schmancy controllers. But Smash 64 is still such a grand time with friends. Like, there's only 12 characters to choose from, and you can really see when you play that, despite a little bit of jankiness, what the appeal was and why it was so special and why the franchise is still going today. It was just such a simple concept of bringing these Nintendo characters together and having them duke it out in a fight. And it was such a just simple concept that just worked. Sakurai created something really cool with Nintendo, and it just worked. And from there, and again, my memories with 64 are only from birthday parties playing with friends. Really, that's about it. I don't think I have a lot of memories with Smash 64 other than playing with friends throughout the past 5 years or so, here or there at my birthday parties. That's about it. But Smash Melee. Moving on to Smash Melee. Now, I had this game as a kid on the GameCube, and I still have a physical copy today. Not my original copy. I did have to rebuy it at one point. But Smash Melee, when I was a kid, I went to a church in elementary school, and all the time on the GameCube there, because they did have a room for video games, it was either people were playing Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, or the Mario Soccer. Forgetting the original title's name right now, but it's on Nintendo Online. But Melee for me was, I always would stay up at least at home at night playing that game and just having a really good time with that game. I would say I don't have as many fond memories with Melee, but it was my introduction to the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. So it also was the introduction to bringing over Fire Emblem characters to America, was Super Smash Bros. Melee with Marth, and with, not Ike. Actually, was Ike in Melee? See, that's the thing. I can't remember at the moment. If it was Ike or the other, I can't remember the names at the moment, but you get what I mean. That being said, if we go over to Brawl, though, gosh, Brawl, the Wii days what good childhood memories I have with Subspace Emissary. Like, me and my friends I would go over my friend's house when I was in elementary school, and I didn't have Brawl at the time. And so I would go over his house and we would just play Subspace Emissary. And I was really like, it was just such a fun time. Like, at the time, I didn't appreciate it as much as I thought, as I do now. But like, seeing those cutscenes and stuff, it all felt like I was playing like this big single-player blockbuster video game or something. But it was a game you could play with your friends through. And there wasn't even like voice acting like that, with a lot of characters or anything. It was just, the cutscenes were just so impressive, and there was boss fights and stuff. I will never forget playing through that and getting to that Rayquaza boss fight and just fighting that, something so simple. Just my friend lived like 2.5 blocks away. We'd hang out all the time and do different things. But he had a Wii. I did too, but I didn't have Brawl. So we would either be playing WWE, or we'd be playing Wii Sports, or we'd be playing Smash Brothers Brawl. And Brawl was just one of those games that really amazed me how much fun I was having with them, just because of Subspace Emissary. It was just one of those modes that I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like, I'm having so much fun playing Smash Brothers with these guys, with my friends, even though it wasn't Melee. Melee I never owned Brawl till I was older. I don't know why we never got Brawl. I don't know why my brothers never wanted to get it or whatever. I don't know. I think I played the Wii the most. I think my brothers were more like on PlayStation, because we never had an Xbox when I was a kid. I got an Xbox when I was much older, basically as an adult, once I had my own money, because my brothers always had PlayStations or we had Nintendo. So I never was an Xbox kid. Unfortunately, I did not have the luxury of growing up with Halo like that, although I did still play Halo as a kid because I had friends who had Xbox 360s. So there is that I did play Halo in middle school at friends' houses. That being said, though, talking about Smash Brothers, Brawl was another that I didn't own, but I played it at my friend's house, and it was a good time. Now, moving along, we had Smash 4 on the Wii U plus the 3DS. I don't recall if I bought both right away. I don't think I did, because I didn't care about having the 3DS version, because I was like, why would I want that version when the Wii U version seemed to be better? But in all reality, the 3DS version had a mode on it that the Wii U version didn't have. So eventually I bought the 3DS version, and I do still own a copy of that. But the Wii U game Smash 4 was the very first one that was in HD. And funny enough, I didn't even play my Wii U a whole lot outside of Smash Bros. And Mario Kart, of course, because Mario Kart 8's still a gem to this day. But when it came to Smash 4, it was one of those games that the Wii U was a very rough era for Nintendo. Very, very rough. I got the Wii U for Christmas after it came out, and it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought it was basically going to be what the Switch was. But I was still in high school, and I didn't know, like, what fully it was. I didn't do all my research, and I had a good time with the Wii U still, with some games. But there came points when the Wii U was just kind of collecting dust, unfortunately. But when it comes to Smash 4, I had my very first Super Smash Bros. At-home tournament with that game. I don't know if I ever did any Smash tournaments with Ultimate at home, but I used to do gaming tournaments at home and host them with friends from high school and stuff. I did Mortal Kombat 10. I did Smash Brothers 4. I don't know if I did Mortal Kombat 11. I might have stopped by that point when MK11 was around. But I know I did Mortal Kombat X, and I definitely did Smash Brothers for Wii U. And I did a couple different tournaments for that game. And oh my gosh, looking back on those memories, there's nothing like them. They were amazing memories. Like setting up a bracket on a giant piece of paper for Smash 4, and the winner gets a $20 GameStop gift card or Visa gift card or whatever. That was just what it was. And second place got like a little plushie or something that is just kind of how we did it, and my mom allowed me to be able to do that and stuff, which was really, really cool. Was just super cool to be able to do that. Just to have friends over like once a year or something, like my birthday party, or even a different time of the year, allowing me to have a party with friends over, a tournament with a video game. And oh my gosh, were they so much fun. And it always was a good turnout. I always had like around 10 people or something to be able to enter these tournaments that I hosted at my house. And that was something that I don't do it anymore these days. I only have a party once a year for my birthday. But the tournaments I had were so fun between Mortal Kombat and Smash Brothers for Wii U. And Smash Brothers for Wii U, those are the best memories I ever had with that game, was the tournaments that I had with a bunch of people over my house, having winner takes all with like a $20 gift card or whatever, and a second place weird prize. I had like a prize bag or something for second or third place with like random dollar store toys and other weird trinkets and stuff at one point. I don't know, like a gag type bag or something. I did some fun stuff. I don't remember everything. I wish it was all filmed, but I wasn't doing YouTube back then. I wasn't streaming back then. Any of that stuff. I didn't have any equipment really. None of that stuff was happening back then, unfortunately, but I have those memories, and that's really what matters. I wish the stuff was filmed. I'm sorry none of it was, but man, it was good times. It was very, very good times, and every time DLC came out, that always just made it more fun. And then we got to Ultimate. And now where we are today, we're waiting for whatever the heck is going to be next for Smash. I have done, not videos, but I did a podcast once with Nintendo Memories talking about the future of Smash Brothers. Feel free to go find that and check that out, where we discussed the future of the franchise. But Ultimate, when that was announced, I think I was just watching the Direct on my phone by my window. I think because my service was bad, or I had bad internet or something. And I remember watching the Nintendo Direct by my window. And it was cool seeing everyone is here. Man, rest in peace, Etika. Your reactions will always be perfect. I always revisit his reactions for the record, and it hurts a little bit inside. It really does. But man, if he would have been here for all this DLC that we had for that game, man. Sora made me literally cry. When Sephiroth was announced, I was in the middle of working, and I ran outside. I freaking left the dairy cooler where I was working, and I ran outside because I couldn't freaking believe it that Sephiroth was announced for freaking Smash. It was insane. When Minecraft Steve was announced, do you know what Sakurai did? He killed Twitter. It died. Totally freaking died. No one has that type of power in gaming. Like, it's insane the stuff that he did. He did the impossible in so many ways. I hit my mic. Okay. It's incredible. It's incredible. The future of Smash is unknown right now. They could port and add more, but there's licensing issues, so they probably won't. But I kind of want a new one, because now we got DK Bonanza, we got a new Samus, we got Mario Wonder with Wonder Flowers and stuff. There's so much more to toy with. New designs, new elements, new abilities. So much more to toy with a reboot of Smash, in a way, some kind of somewhat reboot. And we have the Mario movies and stuff, so there's different designs and different things. So that is more or less my story with the Smash Brothers series, and some of this stuff I don't even think I really told people about, like me hosting Smash Brothers tournaments at my house. I don't know if I ever told any of my internet friends that before, but now you know. I used to do some Mortal Kombat X tournaments, and I did some Smash 4 tournaments in my basement, and man, were they an absolute blast. So I really wanted to talk about the Smash franchise, because I picked this up today, and because the artwork on it it's so good, and I also because Smash just means a whole lot to me, in more than one way. It's one of my Smash Ultimate is one of my favorite video games of all time. Period. Point blank. It's a top 10 game with all the stuff they did. They added Sora, Sephiroth, Cloud. Like, they're all there. Like, my favorite characters are there. So it is one of my favorite video games ever made. Period. They did. When they added Sora, Sephiroth was one thing, but when they added Sora, because I didn't think they would after Sephiroth, that made it, that was the character I waited for 10 years for. I asked, like, for like a decade I asked for that, and it finally happened. So, and he was the ballot winner. So, you know, sweet. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know I went on rambling a little bit, and I know it was a little bit longer. I hope you like my little bit of a minor story. I don't remember all of my memories with the games. It's all kind of vague in a way. I remember Melee always fighting the dang the metal character at the end before the hand. That always was always a challenge as a kid, you know, fighting the metal character before the master hand. That was always cool. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this around, and I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your favorite memory in the comment section below. Please comment if you made it to the end of this video. Tell me if you have a favorite memory with the Smash Brothers franchise altogether. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys all in the next one. Later.